Hello everyone, I'm Renown Zero. We are back again talking about some weird rumors that were getting thrown around by some individuals. I don't know why they were throwing said rumors around with no real proof. Well, the rumor is that apparently Eric July doesn't like Tim Lim from Iconic Comics, even though he didn't know who Tim was just a couple years ago, and they've always, for like maybe the last year or so, Iconic Comics, Douglas Ernst and Eric July have been basically patting each other on the back and shouting each other out, talking about their projects being successful and how they're staying above the drama and just getting books out to fans of their work and staying above all the nonsense from what is now known as NuCG. So we're going to talk about it. Also, we're going to talk about a couple of other clowns who want to sit here and be calling people grifters and stuff like, I don't know, calling me a grifter for simply having thumbnails. And they're going to absolutely get called out, as I usually would with these types of videos. Promoting Relentlessly Bully Hero number 1 and 2, which this is the campaign from Hero Darky Dark for number 2. Get in where you fit in, sitting at 1,193 total in sales, with 38 backers, 27 days to go. Now, he did say that this actually funded a lot quicker than the first book, and I absolutely like the first book. If you're more into that shonen style, you know, he got his inspiration from things like My Hero Academia and One Punch Man. I highly recommend this book to those people who are a part of that audience, so I'm going to put the link in the description of this video. Now, we have Mindy Wheeler, of course. I do like Mindy Wheeler stuff. I think her stuff looks really good. Her artwork is very good, and the colors on it are very good. But this is the thing. She says, how did Eric July go from crapping on Common America to advertising it? Now, the person that was crapping on Common America for the longest time was, of course, EVS, saying that it was for PDF files and people who enjoyed Lolly, which is very weird that this suddenly comes out of nowhere. Am I mistaken here? Yes, you are. I literally just, I said it, it's EVS. Right as a CG quote-unquote documentary goes viral, highlighting Tim as the hero, is this Paige Schilling? No, it is not Paige Schilling. The individual that put it out, Mikey, that put out that CG documentary, is, of course, showing the behind-the-scenes type of stuff coming from people like EVS and the type of stuff he's done in the past. Obviously, for him, he wasn't able to put everything in this video. Would have been very long, but it's been continued by other people, so let's continue. Not taking anything away from Tim, but he wasn't the only one contradicting EVS. Also, Antarctic is having issues. A publisher that has cross-published with Tim on Common America. Earlier this year, owner Ben Dunn got a campaign struck from Kickstarter for these questionable things, and then got completely shut down on a future Kickstarter campaign. Antarctic has been hungry since acquiring a sponsorship for the new indie comic Heroic Awards and reaching out to find new blood. Heroic Awards also praised Scout Comics when just a few months ago, Scout was in deep trouble from whistleblowers concerning non-payment. Every day it looks more and more like there's a special club of elites in the indie sphere. That would be NuCG with people like EVS, Shane Davis, and John Malin. Why you would ever listen to those clowns about literally anything nowadays is absolutely insane to me. Who pat each other on the back, that's what they do, and pay each other for endorsements unbeknownst to the consumer. I'm gonna say I don't know about that. Mainstream is already like this. All in all, is Eric getting paid to advertise creators now? See, that's a very strong claim that you would put out there and think that Eric needs to pay to advertise creators now when he can literally do it for free on YouTube and get paid for it. Like, why would he have to be getting paid for it when he's more successful and making more money than all these other people? You're trying to assume he's basically like the weirdo Hollywood celebrities who got paid, even though they're multi-billionaires, they get paid to shill for Kamala Harris. That's what you're kind of assuming the type of person that Eric is. So Bruce here, shout out, says, Eric suddenly shouted out and showed respect for Iconic Comics this documentary that dropped 8 days ago. Better check your timelines. So it says July 1st, 2023. So that's over a year ago. Yep, I have respect for those guys, and they can set whatever price they want. Reprinted materials also is inevitably going to be cheaper. The ill-advised arc reprint wouldn't be 35 by 3. Black Ops was $20 for 68 pages. Soul Finder was $15 for 56 pages. And that's him on May 24th this year getting a collector's bundle of Soul Finder and Black Ops Cross Common America Cross Soul Finder, which was the limited edition variant hardcover. It was available, I believe, on Kickstarter. I didn't like that variant. I like the Indiegogo variant much better, so I got that one. And she says, good, I'm glad to see they get them along. Wonder why Tim thought Eric hated them. Again, look at the usual suspects who cause sectors of indies to be toxic. 99% chance you'll find your answers there. Now, her husband, Mike Wheeler, hangs around individuals like the Moistback and all those weirdos over there. Now, I'm not saying this to be guilt by association. Again, I like Mike and Mindy. They're pretty cool people. But when you hang around individuals who literally will do anything they possibly can to lie about somebody else just to make money, you should question the garbage that they're saying. You mean Polito? Oh, you mean Ethan? Okay, but Tim never gave much value to what Ethan had to say, but whatever. They get along now, that's great. I still think the quote-unquote, the YouTube quote-unquote documentary was a total ripper show. Again, Mikey was exposing the garbage that was going on behind the scenes in the indie comic scene and what happened before. And I don't think he even cares about the Rippaverse. All he cares about is the fact that NuCG was supposed to be a movement that was going against the mainstream, and then now they're doing exactly what the mainstream is doing, trying to cancel Eric July. EVS has admitted on an occasion that he's turned the movement, quote-unquote, into an anti-Eric July thing. It was a total ripper show, biased and perhaps paid for as much as CG and anti-CG has been. The person that made it is in the Ripper Show. He seems to be calling out CG for the disaster it's become and specifically giving Ethan the credit for the disaster that he absolutely deserves. Yes, that's exactly what it's become. Now, you have Douglas Ernst coming out with a statement saying, I need to revisit the crossover readership between Iconic Comics and Rippaverse again since drama merchants have tried to drive wedges between the companies today. Because all this is happening today. Iconic Comics and Rippaverse both realized over the last few years that we needed to escape diseased individuals who were always pitting people against one another, sowing discord and division, and creating a divide and conquer culture that only benefits quote-unquote pros. It's clearly not benefiting the quote-unquote pros right now. Every time we move forward, there are vipers who try and tear open old wounds or create new ones. These are gross people. I 100% agree. You guys should keep your head down and keep working. As you can see, somebody with a Rippaverse comic shirt right there, holding a Soul Finder book, while Douglas Ernst is holding a Gooding book. And you can see, he's got stuff there to sell. I have that cover right there, by the way. Anyone who attempts to sour my relationship with readers is going to be disappointed because it only motivates me to find new ways to cement a bond of trust and mutual respect, which is what Eric July and Douglas Ernst have between each other, which I'm sure is another thing that Ethan doesn't like because of how much he tried to tear down people like Tim Lim and Douglas Ernst for creating Common America and the Trump parody books, which I do have the Trump Trilogy parody books. And I say exactly, when you hang around people out to destroy creators, you're going to get a bunch of misinformation coming from the side who has nothing better to do than to try to stir up drama that doesn't exist. Now, I'm not saying Mindy and Mike were trying to stir up any drama. They were just trying to find out what's up. And then you have Eric again coming out with this statement, saying, much love to Doug and the entire team at Iconic Comics. We see a lot of their fans at the cons, and it's awesome to see the crossover in readership. We've got nothing but love for those brothers, and it's awesome seeing a fellow indie grow and take their profession seriously. Just like Eric July has been above no drama and takes his profession seriously because he's running a business and he has employees that rely on him to get paid and survive. Now you have weirdos like Teasel Spencer claiming that I have a quote-unquote dead channel because, of course, these guys pocket watch and they expect me to have the same audience when talking about a comic book that I am looking forward to versus clowns who just talk about drama all the time. It's very easy to drama farm. It's not a hard thing to do. But what I told him was that I had 60 people watching my stream, which was obviously higher than 54, and I streamed to multiple platforms, but congrats on being retarded. Because you tried to screenshot my stream at the beginning of the stream and not later down the line. But I, of course, when I streamed this stream here, which is available for anyone to watch, I streamed on YouTube, Twitch, and X. Now, I will say the most of the views were coming from X, of course. I have the proof, I've seen it with my own eyes. As when you're on StreamYard, you can literally see the number of views, and you can hover over the little eyeball in StreamYard, and it tells you how many viewers are coming from where. So, you want to sit there and say I'm lying. That's hilarious. Claim something they can't prove. It's funny that because you can't actually prove how many people were concurrent in my stream because you don't have the analytics to show. You just see what's in front of you because you're an idiot. I provide proof of what I saw, yes, which was the beginning of the stream where I had less people, obviously. Even if you did have 60, because of course now you're moving the goalposts, Tony would have had more than you either way by that logic. No, he wouldn't have had more than me because you didn't show that. So where's the proof that would have happened? Because, of course, you want to talk about something you claim you can prove, but clearly you're not going to sit here and prove this because you want to shift the goalpost to sweep for a clown. And I said, For a channel his size, I would hope so. Logic doesn't click in your brain. A channel with almost 10k subs with 54 watching is a sign of a dead channel. Showing 9 viewers at the beginning of my stream isn't proving anything, which it's interesting to me how people like Rippaverse, people like Hypnotic, literally call out this garbage. People like Hypnotic literally called out this clown, the Moistback, for having sub-only mode on his channel when he goes live. So of course, there are people that want to talk a bunch of crap. I personally don't give a crap about him at all. I don't watch his terrible channel. I'm not interested in his live streams, and I don't go over there. But it's interesting to me that I can quickly see, and even Hypnotic can see it, that when you have sub-only mode on, you look like an absolute coward. Because you have to sub in order to talk to the individual. That's clearly not a good sign when you're trying to build an audience on YouTube. And this person makes a good point. There's clickbait all the time in spicy thumbnails because they bring up my thumbnails. He wants to sit up here and say he's in over 50 thumbnails. Apparently, that's harassment. That's not what harassment is. Again, you are a legit retard. But since you want to say that I have you in over 50 thumbnails, let's type in Tizo Spencer and see. Oh, it says 13. It's interesting how that works. You have been in 13 thumbnails with your face in it. You probably had a couple more because I put detractors, but I searched up Tizo Spencer and I see 1 to 13 of 13 thumbnails. So for you to sit up here and try to say this blatant bullcrap on Twitter is hilarious, and it's fun to watch you look like an absolute clown in my videos. So now, since you want to say, oh, but now you're shifting the goalposts and saying I'm grifting. Because apparently making videos about things I care about and clowns to call out, and even this video down here where I'm talking about new game announcements that I'm excited for, like game preservation with Nintendo Switch, and a new Virtual Fighter, and a new Game Pass games like Metal Slug Tactics coming out on Game Pass. Apparently I'm grifting because I'm making thumbnails that look like other people's thumbnails. Because wow, doing something that's successful that other people do is apparently bad. So I say these clowns still don't know what grifting actually means. It would require that I don't believe the crap that I'm talking about. Apparently talking about dumb clowns like you and also talking about video game announcers I'm excited for is grifting. You can tell this guy's IQ is below room temperature. Absolutely below room temperature. And then you got other clowns like Pastor Flash, who obviously he was being a parody version of Yellow Flash, which he now swapped sides over to EVS because Yellow Flash called out EVS for being an absolute clown, trying to attack Air July constantly and be involved with drama, and the fact that he was charging $4,000 for a cover, and Flash got tired of that garbage. So you're comparing my thumbnails to Ryan Cannell, a successful YouTuber. That's not an insult. And I said, imagine being compared to a successful YouTuber and thinking this is an insult. I'm moving up in the world. But these are the same clowns that will sit here and defend this guy. The guy who's unfathomably unhappy.
Hey, I am chronically unhappy.
Oh, chronically unhappy. That's the guy they're defending. The clown who went to a private event that we're not invited to, that they could have easily RSVP'd to, and he's sitting there watching people have fun. Shout out to the Kino Casino team for laughing at this clown on a consistent basis. It's really interesting to me how losers like these guys, not Mindy and Mike, losers like Tizo Spencer, like Riley, can sit up here and think they get some kind of win or some kind of own or some kind of gotcha when they literally have nothing. Because, as usual, a clown like Tizo Spencer will continue to move the goalposts when I call him out on his garbage and make him look like an absolute clown. So again, I'm going to put Eric July in this thumbnail as well. You're going to look like a clown in this thumbnail because that's what I do. And I'm going to watch you cry about it some more on Twitter as you're muted because I don't actually care. Go ahead and cry about it. I'm sure I'll see it at some point. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, and returning viewers. If you do like the video, hit that like button, comment below if you feel all this, subscribe for more content, hit the bell for notifications, set the bell to all that way you get a notification anytime I post a new video or go live on this channel. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.